Hi, I'm Bruno Aziza, and today I'm sitting down with John Santaferraro. He is the HP Business Intelligence Evangelist, and he runs into a lot of enterprise examples, not just from a delivery standpoint, but for how they organize themselves to win with business intelligence. So John, welcome to the segment.
Great to be here, Bruno. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about how you should think about enterprise and specifically the example of organizations that are winning with BI across the enterprise.
Well, it's really interesting. We're seeing a trend where companies that 4 or 5 years ago started doing a business intelligence competency center are actually now doing things that are very transformational to the business versus those who didn't do it. They tend to be doing still one-off projects, questionable value coming out of their implementations, and so this whole idea of the creation of a business intelligence competency center is absolutely critical to folks that are leading major initiatives around data warehousing or business intelligence.
Do you have an example of organizations that are already reaping the benefits of?
Oh yeah. The one that comes to mind is one of our healthcare customers that did their business intelligence competency center. They brought business and IT together, and what happens at that point is the business folks, by being with IT and the BI folks, actually understand more of what the technology can do. And the IT folks get a much better understanding of what the business actually needs. And so this particular organization got these groups together, really defined and tied everything to business processes or business objectives. Everything was measurable, and as a result, they were initially creating 6,000 reports. They were able to reduce that 6,000 down to 150, and with those 150, they're actually exceeding the expectation of the business compared to what they were doing with the 6,000.
And it's often how organizations will think about it is deliver more reports to deliver more value in this case, and in many organizations that are winning, in fact, reduce the number of reports and get to the place where you have impact. How do we get started with this? I know there's a lot of research from analysts, but is it something that's initiated by the CIO, something that's initiated by the business? How do you get this started?
I would say that it definitely has to have a business sponsor. That the idea of a BICC without business sponsorship is not even, you don't even have a BICC. You might have an ITCC. Yeah. So definitely requires a business sponsor, requires, I think, a combined organization of some type with incentive in place for their results. So some people create organizations that are so virtual and that there's no ownership of the goals and the outcomes, and there's no incentive built into it. We have one of our customers that actually, when we went in and talked about the strategy of a BICC, they actually formed a brand new organization and came to a co-location, had shared ownership, shared objectives. And as a result of that, they were able to achieve an enterprise data warehouse rollout in about 12 months.
Wow, that's quite impressive, and the impact of the competency center changing the way the organization is going to organize itself, share common goals to execute. Is there particular approaches to the BICC? You might build the structure, but then you might target specific quick wins, I would say, to show your ability to execute, or should you take the grandiose approach and try to solve the entire world's problems at once?
Yeah, our customers tend to be more successful when they identify a couple of clear business objectives or business processes that they're beginning with. So it's not about solving the world's problems or the company's problems. It's about identifying some quick win, highly visible business results that you can tackle in that organization. And then, of course, going after them with a data and a BI project, and then tracking the results, and then really becoming a marketing organization to tell the story to the rest of the company. Here's what's happening when we're coming together. Here's what we, getting sponsors on the business side that will go tell the story. Hey, we finally, for the first time, understand what we can do with BI technology, and it's different than we thought, and it's not about reports. On the IT side, them going back to IT and telling the story about the results they achieve because they're working closely with the business. So,
right.
So small project, Better if it's very visible, and then market the results. When you get results, market them. Market them, market them.
That's what I seem to hear here. So if there are key takeaways for CIOs listening to us, it sounds like the first one is this idea of the BICC is, of course, the vision is across the organization, but go out and target those small wins. Discussions might start at reporting, they might start at master data, whatever they might be, you want to go out and get those quick wins. And then over time, build an organization around the BICC. Don't make it something that is a one-off project, but create an organization with shared goals and common objectives. The sponsorship, of course, of the CIO and the executive teams is extremely important, but I think we kind of know that that's important. Of course, if you believe in it, they will also believe in it. Thank you very much for your time, John.
Bruno, thanks for having me.
Thank you.